Twitter has suspended the accounts of several journalists working for high-profile outlets. Most had written critically about the takeover of the firm by Elon Musk, and some had tweeted about an account that tracked the movement of the billionaire's private jet. Our reporter Tom Brada has more.
This is the latest Twitter debacle, which is basically putting a spotlight on what is a very fine line between moderating content on the platform and what a lot of people would say essentially amounts to censorship. So in the past 24 hours, there have been a flurry of suspensions targeting specifically journalists, and they're journalists from a range of high-profile organisations: CNN, Mashable, Washington Post, New York Times, and also some independent journalists. And just to give you an example, I should be able to show you one account. If you search for Ryan Mack, for example, who is a New York Times tech reporter, all that you will see when you look for him is this rather ominous screen saying that his account has been suspended. And to understand why this is happening, you don't need to look much further than what Mr Elon Musk himself has been tweeting over the past few hours, and what he's written is this: "Criticising me all day long is totally fine, but doxing my real-time location and endangering my family is not."
Well, I'm joined now by Mashable reporter Matt Binder, who's one of the journalists banned from Twitter. Matt, for what were you banned, do you think?
I truthfully don't know. I'm racking my brain to try to figure out what could have possibly broken Twitter's policies, and I'm coming up with nothing, honestly. I added the Elon's Jet Twitter account, the one that was tracking his his private plane, but that was when it was already suspended, and I just added it right on the platform. So I mean, it was just basically pointing that, oh look, this account was suspended.
Have you been critical of his leadership?
I have. I've posted on both Twitter and in my reporting for Mashable about how, I think he came in with big ideals and he hasn't delivered on any of them. In fact, in some ways, what he said he was going to go and do with Twitter, he's done quite the opposite. It's rather hypocritical.
So what do you think Twitter is now becoming?
I mean, just clearly from day one, you could see that he was basically serving a very specific type of Twitter user. He is constantly replying to the complaints and the requests from right-wing Twitter users, and that's fine if that's what he wants to turn his platform into. But he says he does this while saying he's neutral and he's looking for it to be a free speech platform for anyone to use.
And what will you do now? Will you request to be reinstated, or will you take your comments elsewhere?
Well, it appears there is a Twitter poll on his account right now, and he's done this before where he's polled the Twitter users what they want to see. And it looks like maybe he'll listen to it this time. I'm not sure. But Twitter really is the platform for political and, news media. And, it is a major platform for me, too. If I'm banned, it's his platform. He could do what he'd like. I'll go somewhere else. And if I'm unsuspended and brought back, I'll continue to do the reporting that I do on the platform and critiquing Musk well within Twitter's policies.
For journalists like you, how important is Twitter as an outlet?
Oh, it's a very important platform. Unfortunately, none of the other platforms have substituted Twitter. I mean, there are great platforms out there, anywhere from YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, that are major platforms. But the issue with that is you need to take the time to film a video or post a picture. The good thing about Twitter is I could literally open it up at any time and comment on a story, say something about, a news item that I just came across, or share my own piece in really just a couple of seconds.
You would accept, though, that tracking a private plane is probably not helpful in terms of Elon Musk, his safety and his security, and that of his family too.
Well, I mean, he is a very wealthy individual. He certainly can afford all the things that come with being a very, very public figure, such as, security and measures that need to be taken. It's unfortunate that there are people out there who would do something to really anybody, and I abhor any actions that have been taken against Musk and his family. But this is by his own previous tweets, where he said he wouldn't shut down an account like that because it is free speech. Essentially, he's going against what he previously said.
Matt Binder, thank you very much indeed.